Hi guys, I thought we'd do a greenhouse update just to show you how everything's doing because it's been a couple of weeks since I've done one. It's also good for me to look back on. So my collection of foxies are looking good despite the slugs I found recently, hence the beer trap. I've definitely overcrowded them. I don't usually thin them to one per pot. Some of them are struggling, like them. They've had a seaweed feed recently, but they're probably desperate to go out, to be honest. I think I need to get them in the ground. It's just making sure that we're okay slug-wise. I don't want to put most outside and then lose them when they've been growing for months. These are the delphinium giants that we potted up a good few weeks ago now. A couple of weeks, few weeks. They really do look like parsley or coriander. There's so many true leaves. I think this is, oh, it's two. That's two plants there crossing over. But I've not got to this stage with them before. This is one beast and his baby. So they look a lot happier for having new compost and the seaweed. This is the salvia. Dying back, but this was the cutting from this year, so I'm really pleased with that. Lots of lovely stems. I suppose I could chop it back, make it bushier. These were, they look awful, but they were the babies that I saved from the garden path before we topped up the garden path. That one looks like it might be rotting, I'm not sure. He's still clinging on. Hollyhocks are happy. They were from the garden path as well, as were these. I think they're Shasta daisies, and you've got some forget-me-nots in there, so that's that tray done. These are Clarkia. I've not grown these before. I think I need to give them their own pots now. They feel very tender and delicate to me. Any advice on them would be greatly appreciated, please. I know they look bedraggled. Am I meant to be staking them? They've sort of grown sideways and then up. I don't know if they're leggy for this stage. I'm not sure. This is, I think, a Canterbury bell. We've got foxies. They are really struggling. Sometimes they absolutely thrive and sometimes they just don't get going. They're yellow. I think they need new compost and probably some more space. Cuttings, and I don't even think they've taken, to be honest. I'll have to get some more verbena cuttings. Black and mauve cornflowers. They've had a massive sprint since, oh, that's one plant, wow, since me potting them up. I don't know now if it looks like they've got to one stage and stopped, but I'm sure they know what they're doing. More salvia cuttings. That's a hot lips from my friend. That's the poor basil. I don't think he's coming back, but we'll keep him in there anyway. These I need to re-sow. These were Orlea on this side as part of Look Inside My Garden, Sophie's autumn, I think, grow along. They've not done much at all. We've got a few true leaves, but they don't look great, do they? And these are hollyhocks. They could be jet black or they could be the Bushy Barnaby mix. Again, they've been in the compost for so long. I think that's why they're looking like this. So this is my tray of neglect. In fact, I don't know if anybody else does this. Put him in there. It's like an ongoing list, mental list of what I need to do next, so that needs to be sorted. I could try potting them on, but I think, to be honest, they're so weak and leggy, it might be best just to re-sow. I think I've still got some of both seeds. Swan River daisies, crazy mess as usual. I'll try and get them through the winter and then I can put them out somewhere. These are the Black Knight, I believe, scabious. Yep, that we potted up recently. And they're all standing upright, which is a good sign. Once you repot something and things stand upright afterwards, for example him, it means that they're actively growing, so that's good. They're not sulking anymore, they're all upright. They're looking good. They've put on more true leaves. These are the calendula sherbet fizz. So we've got a couple. I think this one's been munched. Yep. A sherbet fizz. I'm going to sow some more of them because obviously the garden needs more than a few plants. I need more than a few plants. These are the calendula neon. These ones. Again, not looking very vibrant, some of them, and absolutely munched. So I think we'll be resowing some calendula in the new year. I had a few, 2 or 3 larkspur dwarf, completely gone. One left. He could be a larkspur or he could be a delphinium. So I've just started some more larkspur actually, and they're not coming up yet, but hopefully soon. This is another of my seed starting during a sow along, and being neglected in the garden. Absolutely ridiculously leggy. Oh, sorry. Oh dear. Hollyhocks. Not the best quality at all, but they could have good roots. So we'll pop them up and see. I like to give things a very last chance. Felicia. Really pretty. Lovely colour. They're in here because they don't do well outside apparently. Planes today, it's non-stop. So we've got this shoe shelf from Argos standing in the raised bed, and then another one, and then I've just put in this new one there. I need to get some more material to act as shelves. Is the mystery boy. Still don't know what he is. Every time I Google image search the leaves, it comes up with something different. I think it might be some sort of herb. I can't remember what it was saying now. My beautiful petunias clinging on, as is this Aquilegia. That needs to go in the bed, and all these foxies do as well. I think they've got bigger since our last update, but you can see there are quite a few plants in each pot, so I'm going to put them out and they'll have a bit more soil just to spread out into, and then hopefully I won't need to thin them down. I don't know what the white spots are on them. Oh, it could be, I did have, I don't know if it was fungus gnats or some other kind of flying thing in here in the summer. Every time we came in, they'd all go, ooh. Right, you're not looking great. Oh, this was a pot of freebies I got from the driveway outside the front of the house. It's white valerian. The mother plant is absolutely huge. It's growing in a crack between 2 bricks, and she is happy as Larry. She's spreading her babies everywhere. These were growing in the stones, the slate that we've got, so no soil at all, and they were rocketing. You can see how tall they are for babies. So they're this year's babies, self-seeded, so I thought I'd give them a go, and I found some baby lavenders out there as well, which is incredible. Again, in the stones, And this looks like a rose campion. They do get everywhere. They don't look very happy, but then they have been moved, and during the move some of them got a bit snapped. The roots got a bit snapped. They still look sorry for themselves, but they have put on some new growth actually since I seaweeded them. That's a weed at the back, I do know that. Foxies look awful. To be honest, they're quite in the dark there, aren't they? Is that better? Everybody okay? These were lovely daisies. Let's sow some more of them. Loads of foxies. Forget-me-nots. The pak choi still looks really damaged, but better than it was. And these are the malva that I potted up recently, probably a couple of weeks ago. Some of them are huge now. Look at him. So they're doing well. Rose campion, they are the white and pink ones. They're not the normal plain pink. Forget-me-nots. It's ironic that I always forget their name. Foxies, some of them need their own pots really. Some daisies saved from the garden path, and the pak choi are finally bouncing back from the slug attack with the help of the beer traps. Aquilegia, desperate to go outside, as are these foxies that I saved from the garden path. They've got some damage, but if you take that off, new leaf, not too bad. So this is how we are looking on Boxing Day 2025. And I tidied a bit. Look, you can see the floor again. So I've got my list of things to do over there. Bit of potting on. I'll re-sow some of them so we don't have any gaps. Everybody's ticking along. These I need to, if anybody grows Clarkia, please advise me on what I need to do with these. They just look leggy and delicate to me. I don't know if that's normal for them. Other than that, we've got babies growing. These are from the garden path. I didn't do this tray, did I? These are all free plants that I took from the garden path. They'd self-seeded into the bark. So we have a mixture of babies growing for next year, like these delphs, and older babies waiting patiently for me to put them outside. And that's us. If you enjoy these updates and ramblings and watching me do various gardening jobs, please give a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. I like watching these from other people, to be honest. Just the pottering, the normal day-to-day life, ticking off the jobs on the never-ending list. Oh, there's another one I didn't show you, sorry. Baby lupins, we did have two. This is the munched tray. They also got one of the lupins, so now we've only got one baby lupin. I'm definitely going to do some more of them. I love them. I've actually brought in one. Where are you? Here. He looks awful. Sorry. This is a lupin from the patio. I actually sowed this year. I think it's two. Yeah, it's two lupins, one here and one here. I brought them in just for some protection. This is self-seeded grass that I grew this year, and it's absolutely everywhere now, in all the pots, in all the beds, everywhere. So I don't know if that was my best idea. It was either Breezer, maxima. It was either a breezer or a bunny tail grass. I did a couple of different varieties. But yeah, it's absolutely everywhere, so I'm sure I'll regret that at some point. And there we go.